have 12-year-old Lily. She's going to come out and wave hello to you guys dolphin style. Feel free to wave back to her. Very cute, Lily. And then over here on the left-hand side of the pool, we have Lily's mom, as well as our oldest dolphin, 41-year-old Delilah, coming out to show off.
Whoa!
And last but certainly not least, right here in the center, hanging out with Chad, you guys can see Lily's 3-month-old calf, Kaya. She was born here on April 29th, and we are all very excited to have Kaya with us as well. Now we're going to be starting off our show today by answering a question we ask here pretty often as trainers, and that's how it is we're able to train our animals to do all these different behaviors. So right now we're actually going to break the behavior down for you guys step by step, and that behavior is going to be tail walk. Now the very first thing that our dolphins will ever learn from us is what we call a hand target. So you can see Lily demonstrating this very first step with Zach over here on the right-hand side of the pool. As you can see, all she's doing is touching her bottom of his beak to his open flat palm. Now from this point, we're going to start asking the dolphins to follow that hand in many different directions. So for example, we can move it up and down, and then we train a head nod yes. Very nice, Lily. Or we can move it side to side, and then we train a head shake no. We can also move it around in a circle to train a very graceful hula dance. But my personal favorite is 2 hands for Lily's adorable jig. Very nice, Lily. So now that our dolphins know how to first touch and then follow that hand target, we can now start to train the tail walk by asking them to follow that hand target either in a forwards or backwards direction, depending on what type of tail walk we're training. So it looks like Lily's going to work on that next step over here with Zach. We're going to start to ask them to follow that hand, just moving along the side of the docks, and then over time we'll actually start to raise that hand higher and higher, building up the height that we need for the completed form of our tail walk behavior. Now, of course, we can only reach so high with our own arm and hand, so we have to use a training tool called a target pole, which helps us get about 80% of the dolphin's body up above the surface of the water. Now, we're not going to talk about this behavior, of course, unless we show it off to you guys in its final form. So you guys might notice Caitlin is over here along the railing, and Delilah's about to come out and show off her backwards tail walk.
Ooh. Ooh.
Excellent job out there, Delilah, showing off all the power in that tail muscle. Now, it's been pretty common lately that people have been asking us when we're going to start training Kaya. Well, we actually are currently in the process of training her. You guys see Chad hanging out here, down here on the docks, and you're going to see him interacting with Kaya throughout the show. Now, just within the last couple of weeks, Kaya has started to come over. We've been throwing out toys for her, and she's actually begun to push them back to us. And right now, she's really seeming to enjoy getting her back rubbed. So she'll come over every once in a while and allow Chad to give her a back rub. Now at this point, since Kaya does not eat fish and she's nursing, we are looking for those things like her enjoying tactile, as well as enjoying playing with toys to help us out in her training. Because we do train all of our animals using positive reinforcement. It's not uncommon when people have been asking us about how we train the dolphins that they will occasionally refer to them as fish. We want to go ahead and clear it up. The dolphins are not fish, but they're mammals just like us. Now there are 5 characteristics that make up a mammal. We're going to look at what all 5 of those characteristics are. Starting out first with the fact that mammals are warm-blooded. This means that the dolphins are able to regulate their internal body temperature just like we can. Now mammals also breathe air. So if you look down here on top of the dolphin's heads, you're going to notice that they have a small opening called their blowhole rather than gills like a fish. Now they can take a very quick breath before they dive underwater and actually hold their breath for around 7.5 minutes. Now if you guys listen in very carefully, Delilah and Lily are going to demonstrate what their breath sounds like.
Ooh.
Those are some good dolphin sneezes, girls. Now it's a little known fact that it's also from that blowhole that dolphins can make all of their clicks, whistles, and squeals. So believe it or not, even if they were to keep their mouths shut, you actually can still hear them loud and clear. And if you guys are watching the dolphins through the underwater viewing windows later today, and you see a small stream of air bubbles coming out of their blowhole, that may be because they're utilizing a whistle that's unique to each dolphin called their signature whistle. Now Now they use this whistle to announce their presence to other groups of dolphins, just like how we have names for one another. And sometimes calves will also use their signature whistles to call out to their moms. So make sure you look out for that later today. The dolphins also have a variety of other vocalizations, and Delilah and Lily have actually been working on a very special song because we heard that there is a birthday on our audience. Is Carson out there in the crowd today? All right, well, Carson, this song is for you. Happy birthday, Carson, from all of us here at the Gulfarium. Now the next characteristic of mammals is that they do not lay eggs, but they have their babies, or in this case for dolphins, calves, during live birth. Like I told you guys, Kai was born here on April 29th. This is after a gestation period of 12 months, quite a bit longer than our own of only 9. Can you imagine that, Mom? And when dolphins are first born, they do nurse. Like I said, Kaya is not eating fish at this point. She may start to add fish to her diet after around 6 months, but for right now she is nursing, and calves will nurse for the first 1 to 3 years of their lives. Now the way they do this underwater is they have fringes on the end of their tongues that allow them to curl up and make a straw that they can seal over their mother's mammary. They can keep all the salt water out of their milk. Now, the very last characteristic of mammals, it might seem kind of odd to everyone because it's that mammals have hair. But I'm sure you guys are looking down here and you see no hair on any of our dolphins. However, calves are first born, they have whiskers along the bottlenose beak or rostrum, and their whiskers fall off after the first few days of their lives. We believe that they're there to help them when locating their mother's mammary to nurse. Now, I'm sure you can think of another animal in our park that might have some long and sensitive whiskers. That's our sea lion. Now later today, if you guys go to see the sea lion show, you might see our stars utilizing those sensitive whiskers to help them out with a ball bouncing behavior. Now, even though dolphins no longer have whiskers, and the whiskers can't help them out the way that it does for the sea lions, both Delilah and Lily have managed to master this ball bouncing behavior. If this camera's out, folks, you don't want to miss this, and focus your attention to the center of the pool.
Whoa.
Very nicely done. Looks like Lily's even throwing in her own variation of that ball bounce over there. Excellent job, you two. Now I know it might still seem strange to you guys, but a mammal can live in the water. But dolphins actually have quite a few adaptations to make them perfect for their aquatic life. Now, one of those adaptations is that blowhole we talked about earlier, but they actually have all these fins and flippers as well located around their body. Now, this moment, Delilah's going to come out and show off this fins and flippers for everyone with her dolphin-style cannonball or breach. She's received her signal in the center. Here comes Delilah.
Oh, that's cool.
Excellent job, Delilah. Making quite a splash out there. Now, the very first fin we're going to be talking about is the one you guys just saw in the center of Delilah's back, called her dorsal fin. Now, believe it or not, this has no bone in it, but it's actually made up of hard but flexible cartilage, just like what we have in our ears and nose. And the dolphins can use this fin to stabilize their bodies as they swim through the water at speeds of up to 18 to 20 miles per hour. Now, on the sides of the dolphin's bodies, you're going to find 2 pectoral flippers. The reason these are called flippers and not fins is because they do have bones in them. If you were to take an x-ray, you would see 5 bony digits, just like what we have in our hands. The dolphins can use these pectoral flippers for making lightning quick stops and sudden turns, but obviously also to catch a quick dance with their trainer. Now, at the very end of the dolphin's bodies, you're going to find the 2 tail fins or tail flukes. The 2 are separated in the center by what we call the median notch. Delilah and Lily coming out with the dolphin-style wave to show it's all better for everyone. Now, those 2 tail fins are connected to the most powerful muscle of the dolphin's entire body, called the peduncle muscle. It's with this powerful muscle that they're able to make quite a splash for a common hunting technique called a tail lob. And this is a hunting technique that older adults will teach to their offspring. And Delilah and Lily are going to show you guys what this behavior looks like. Now, to us, it might just appear that they're making a little splash to the surface of the water. However, by slapping their tail on the surface, as demonstrating that actually allows dolphins to stun the fish swimming below, making it easier for the dolphins to catch. However, they can also use this powerful muscle for launching their bodies high up out of the water to get a better look at their surroundings. So Lila and Lily are going to both be coming out together to show off the power of that muscle with their high-flying bows. So, take it away. Excellent job, Lila and Lily. Now, earlier in the show, we told you guys about how we train our dolphins, but now we also want you to understand why we train them. That's for our medical or husbandry behaviors. So right now, I have a very lucky member of our audience who's going to come help us out. This is Jimmy, everyone. Let's make him feel welcome. All right, Jimmy. So you're going to come right over here and kneel down next to Caitlin on that green mat. And you're going to be helping us out by being our honorary veterinarian or animal doctor. So you go ahead and just sit down right here next to me. Now the very first thing that we do each and every day with our animals, Jimmy, is a physical examination or body check. Now when we do this body check, what we're looking for is to see if any markings can appear on their skin overnight. Since dolphins don't have hands like we do to communicate, they sometimes use their mouth, which can leave small parallel scratches on their skin called break marks. Now, Dr. Jimmy, you're getting a great look at Delilah, and you're also getting to touch her. And I'm sure everyone out there is wondering what she feels like. What do you think? Rubbery, that's a great description. Dolphin skin is very soft and smooth, and it kind of feels like rubber, because they can exfoliate their outer layer of skin off every 2 hours to reduce drag. Now, the most important part of our exam today, Jimmy, is for you to look at Delilah's tail flukes. And this won't look like a very impressive behavior, but it's the most important one you can train with our dolphins, because it's from their tail flukes, so you can draw a voluntary blood sample. Now, dolphin blood is so similar to our own. We'll send this sample off to a local hospital to be examined and get a great overall picture of their health. Now, Jimmy, what we want to see right now is that Delilah remains very calm, while someone she doesn't know, that's you today, with touching her flukes. Do you think she's doing a good job? Yeah. So what can we give her to tell her she did such a good job? Any ideas? A fish, that's right. So in just a moment, Caitlin is going to hand you a fish out of that cooler over there. And what I'm going to have you do is take a very close look at it, and you can hold it out, show everybody out there in the audience. There you go. Hold it up, show everybody out there. And then tell me, Dr. Jimmy, what kind of fish is that? A salmon. That's a good guess, but I'm going to help you out. That is a dead fish. But when Delilah turns around, you can toss it right out there to her. Give it a big throw. Perfect. And before you go, do just one more thing for me. Smell your hands. Ooh, it's stinky, right? Alright, well, we're going to teach you the trainer trick to get rid of that smell. Are you ready? Rub your hands together really fast so you loosen up all those fish scales. Perfect. Now wave them up in the air them out. Wave them high. Alright, now wipe it off on your shorts.
Oh.
Excellent. You did a great job, Jimmy. Don't you worry, that smoke's going to come off in about 2 to 3 weeks. So let's give our Dr. Jimmy a big round of applause. He did an excellent job. I say that today. Well, folks, as you all can see, the health and well-being of our dolphins is the primary focus of the trainers here at the Gulfarium, not only for our resident animals, but also for their ocean counterparts. Now, although bottlenose dolphins are not yet listed as endangered, they do suffer from many negative interactions with people. Swimming with, feeding, or even approaching dolphins within 50 yards is actually illegal. This can teach the dolphins to approach boats, which can expose them to propeller strikes, ingestion of foreign objects, and even intentional harm from humans. So we do ask you all to enjoy wildlife, but only from a safe, respectful distance. Now at this point in the show, we have unfortunately almost come to the end of our show this morning. However, we're going to allow the girls to come out one final time to show off for everyone. So go ahead and start getting those cameras out, folks. Looks like Lily's going to be coming out first to show off her vertical spin.
Whoa.
Very nice to done out there, Lily. And now Delilah will be coming on to show off her 1.5 forward flip. She's received her signal. Make your way on to the center. Here comes Delilah.
Whoa.
Let's give a hand for those of our girls.
Wow.